Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Three Men and a Little Virus. My name's Mark, I'm the one that tries to hold it all together, and I'm joined by our irregular comedians. They are Mr. AMJ, Adam Morrison Jones, and Mr. Paul Tingy. This is Series 2, Episode 17, and I'm calling it Embarrassing. Yes, this week we've got a little bit of news, not too much because we've got quite a long quiz this week. It goes on quite a bit because our celebrity guest is quite chatty, which is good though, it's good. We talk about Suggs popping into a local venue and AMJ just missing him and Paul being all upset about it because he missed him. We'll talk about Mimic Masters, another update on that, the show that's happening very, very soon at that venue that Suggs was at. The 7-foot delivery, shall we say. Yes, it was sent to embarrass a mate, and I think it did the trick. And we talk about the swimming pool that is a little bit different from your regular swimming pool. And then, of course, the quiz with our celebrity guest. Yes, another comedian from the Kent area, and it's good. It's a really good one this week. So sit back and relax. Enjoy another week of Three Men and a Little Virus. So, how are you guys?
What? Wonderful. Did anyone see who came to visit Faversham at what now in Baltic House?
No. Who?
Was it? Sharon Jackson.
She was there.
Was Paul Jackson there?
Paul Jackson was there.
Michael Jackson?
AMJ missed it. Not Michael Jackson.
Santa. Was Santa
Jackson.
there?
I turned up for work at 3 o'clock. Well, I suppose in some ways he was. I showed up at 3 o'clock because that's when I started the shift. And I was informed that a celebrity guest had been there.
Was it David the Elephant?
Paul, who is your ultimate celebrity hero, someone you'd want to meet from the music world?
He wasn't, was he?
Who?
Michael Ball.
Wasn't Michael bloody Ball? Just sat there. The irony of Michael Ball sat there would have you know what? I've just quit comedy if that would have been a thing. Do you know what? That's beautiful.
That would have been awesome.
Oh, sorry, AMJ.
All right.
Oh, the cheeky girls.
No, it was Suggs.
Oh, you're making a serious reference.
Yeah, he came in for a drink, and I missed it by about 30 minutes.
Does he live nearby now?
I don't know. There seems to be a lot of people in Faversham. Like one of the hairy bikers the other day, Vic Reeves, and Bob Geldof. It's been a crazy time in that little key.
Vic Reeves lives other side of Ashford.
Yeah, because there's a very, very good butcher's next door where everyone seems to come.
It's not really far. There is the road going from Ashford to Faversham, and it's quite a nice drive as well. So he probably enjoyed that.
He probably just jumps on and then goes, "Do you know what? I'm going to get me some sausage." Cheers.
I'm sure. Is that why most people go to the Baltic House?
What, for sausages? They come from Mimic Masters where tickets are on sale now, but they are selling fast.
Tell us more, especially about the one judge that there is.
Well, we've booked, let's just say, some brilliant acts. We've got a guest judge who is Mr. Mark Cridland.
He sounds like a strapping hell of a guy.
He is indeed. I'm surprised we got him. I'm going to be emceeing it. It features Paul Tiggy, Ben Pransky, Trevor Feelgood, and someone to be confirmed. Not because it's a special celebrity, because I haven't booked anyone yet.
Another judge? I told you I would be a judge, not the judge. Now I've got a lot of pressure on my shoulders. I've got all this pressure, and it's like, what am I going to do? You haven't
got any pressure on your shoulders. Why would you be sitting there going, I don't want to hurt their feelings?
Well,
it's me.
Yeah.
Trev. The major thing is Trevor Feelgood has turned this into the thing we do on Wednesday show versus the Live in the Dream show. And I messaged him going, you do know AMJ is the host and Cridland is the judge.
Yeah.
So it's a bit one-sided at the moment.
So it's them versus you, Paul. That's it. It's them versus you.
And I said, and Cridland hates me, so it's not as if I'm going to get great scores from him.
And if I'm honest, if it's about getting viewers and more listeners to this, then I've got a feeling you might win. Like, it's no real prize other than a little trophy.
I was told there was £1,000.
Were you told there was £1,000?
Yeah.
Oh.
And a photo opportunity with Suggs.
If he comes back, I was so gutted. I just wanted to try and get him to leave a message for you.
Keep him there until the 19th of May, because that's my birthday is on the 15th, so I'd quite happily have that as a delayed birthday present.
Well, that's quite good. Like, just Suggs there, cold, shaking, freezing, starving. He's just been held in a gazebo.
With a chain around his neck, going, here's your birthday present. I got you a Suggs.
And I would say, oh, Suggs, there really is another version of you.
That's not Suggs. That's that guy from the specials.
Reminds me of Dover, the specials.
Hey.
Oh,
This
dear.
town.
You can't say that.
No.
Well,
Reminds you of Dover, the specials.
yeah, it does.
What? Oh, Ghost Town.
No, that's not what I meant. Not at all. It's all those other more uplifting songs that they do that made me think of Dover.
Like
They've
what?
done too much, too young.
Yep, Dover done too much, too young, and that's why the River Dower is so thin now. They've done too much there.
So anyway, what have you guys been up to this week?
You're listening to River Chat on BBC 4. We're talking about how salting a river can make it smaller. So, Kersney Abbey.
So, you been up to anything good this week? Anything interesting at all? Apart from Suggs?
He done Suggs as well.
I didn't do Suggs. I only saw Suggs.
I would have done him.
Oh, you would have, Geraldine.
I would have done.
Who wouldn't you do, Geraldine? I think that would be easier to work out on the list.
Give me 3 names of people you think I probably shouldn't do.
The bloke who played Nigel in EastEnders.
Well, I tell you, I've had him.
Have you had the bloke who played Nigel in EastEnders?
It's when he was an extra in the TV sitcom Bottom with Rick Mail and Ade Edmondson. And he was playing a robber. They tied him up, and I just couldn't help myself.
Fair play. Dominic Littlewood?
I like his gruff voice. And what I like to do as well is I like to position it when we do it outside, so the sun shines on his bald spot and I can blind the people I don't like.
I was going to say David Dimbleby, but that's not the guy from... who am I thinking of? The guy who does all the auctions, David...
Oh, David Dickinson.
David Dickinson, not David Dimbleby.
I tell you what, there's a reason why he's got Dick in his surname, and I tell you what, he is the Duke. He's the Duke of Thrust, I tell you.
Is he known as the Duke of Thrust?
He is known as the Duke. But
Is
not
he?
Thrust. Yeah, he's known as the Duke.
On that note, I've got a news story actually.
Have you? Is it about David Dickinson?
Is it David Dickinson getting arrested from
It reminded me of this news story in that a guy decided to prank his mate on his birthday by getting a company to build a 7-foot something out of metal and then deliver it to his front garden in a very conspicuous way. Now, what would this 7-foot thing be that's just reminded me of the news story from what we were just talking about?
In the words of Phoenix Knights, it's a 7-foot cock and balls, man!
It is! It was indeed!
It's a mistake! It's a mistake!
Snake's eggs! Oh, do you know what, though? This kind of thing I find hilarious, and I'm glad none of us have ever won the lottery.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
Because wasn't it like solid, like steel? Like he'd made like a really big sculpture of this cock and balls.
Yeah.
I'll
So in
be
this,
honest.
it was he wanted it delivered in such a way to ensure maximum visibility and embarrassment, all because the birthday boy himself had quite a bad time and quite gone through the mill during all COVID. So his mate wanted to cheer him up. So yeah, he actually got a local steel fabricator to come up with this 7 foot tall steel penis and balls, which is
Was
awesome.
it like Troy? And there's like a load of his mates smuggled in, and they broke the COVID lockdown rules by smuggling a 7 foot shaft, and they came out at the end like little sperm. There's just a sperm. That'd be amazing.
I'd like if you could use it as a fountain afterwards.
What they did do actually was to make sure to give even more embarrassment was the steel penis itself was wrapped in black cellophane, and one of the requests from the mate who ordered it, I've got the statement here. It says needed to be galvanized so that it could be kept in the garden if he wanted to keep it. And then the other one needs to be wrapped with enough polystyrene balls so that when opened, they flood out everywhere.
And I also think it would be amazing because the hairdressers have opened back up. If they just got some of the hair from the hairdressers and just put it on the balls.
Oh, that's some effort, isn't it? I just
It's
love
awesome.
stuff like that.
I love it. The guy actually, he didn't keep it. He put it on Facebook on Marketplace. Do you know how much for? How much would you pay for a 7 foot steel penis statue?
I'll tell you what, from experience, that's priceless.
I'd say if I was after one, or if one just came up on Marketplace,
What do you?
I'd say 500 quid. 500 quid if I was after a stainless steel.
Well, I can
massive
do you a
penis
deal on
statue.
that. I could do you a deal. He put it up with the price tag of £123.
Bloody hell, that's not bad.
I'm pretty sure that the guy who bought it probably paid more than that because the company had to design the thing because that's not what they make. They make steel doors, not steel penises. So they
Yeah.
probably had to.
Wow.
They've had to design it and come up with it all and make it and get it delivered. So the guy who actually ordered it probably paid a hell of a lot more than what his mate's selling it for. So
Bloody
I'd
hell.
feel gutted. I'd ask for it back. I'd say,
Yeah,
you know
they
that
must have
penis I
seen
gave
him.
you? Can I have that penis I gave you back?
Yeah, they must have seen him coming.
Hey.
It's like when your ball goes over the fence when you was younger. Can I have my balls back, please? And the 7 foot shaft with it too.
That's a hell of a present to get rid of, isn't it? It's sometimes like when you get a secret Santa gift and you just subtly re-gift it. But like, imagine something like, I don't know. I don't think I've ever had like a present that big that I've tried to get rid of.
No, I can't say I have. Anyway,
I've just got to the end of Link's Africa since
Double-
Christmas.
what?
A double bed, that's quite big.
A double head.
Bed.
I don't.
Bed.
Did you once get a double bed in a Secret Santa?
Yeah.
Well, that's a hint.
What?
It was a really small one. It was like a Sylvanian family one.
Ah,
It was when we announced that. It was when John was all about to get born. It wasn't even Secret Santa. Someone bought it as a joke present and went, "Oh, you're going to need another bed," and gave me this little Sylvanian. It's in the bin now.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
I put it in the recycling.
Look,
Sorry,
I have
MJ,
to work out how to get a filter.
Do you smoke in that place? It looks like you've had like hundreds of people just sitting in that building smoking.
It's very yellow, isn't it? I think. Hold on. If I turn up the
Nicotine
price,
tarred walls. It's a shame the viewers can't. Listeners can't view this because you've got nicotine tarred walls. If you took like a hot cloth to that wall, you'd end up with just a white smear.
no, I'll put on an actual light. This would be great for the
Oh,
viewers.
look at that! He's got an actual ring light, a big one.
Are you at home at the moment, MJ?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just the office. It's not. It's not the living room.
The office. There's a fridge in your office.
Yeah, my fiance uses it to put her macarons in.
Anyway, this week, I went and got a new tattoo.
What did you get a tattoo of?
Ravens on my arm.
I really like that.
Couple of ravens, yeah. Once it's healed all properly. Huh?
Got yourself a murder.
Yep. What else have we got on here? Weird news. I found a couple of weird news stories. Actually, a London news story. Have you seen this about this new swimming pool in London? That's a little bit unusual. Have you heard about this?
Yes, I did, and it looked amazing. It was one of the weirdest things, but I thought I'd love to go on that.
I'd love to, but Sarah wouldn't.
I think I know what you're talking about. There was I remember reading an interview. This guy had brought this cylindrical silver tube for £123 off of Marketplace on Facebook and turned it into a swimming pool.
No.
It was like a jacuzzi because every now and then it used to foam and fill with bubbles.
Especially if people were getting a bit too close to the sides.
Yeah. It's Sammy Snake.
Of course, it's not a murder of ravens, is it? That's crows.
Yeah, it is.
It's unkindness or conspiracy for ravens, isn't it?
And if you are listening to this on like a podcast app, you haven't just rewound that bit of the podcast. We are carrying on.
Yes.
It's just the way my brain works, all right?
So
it's just to confuse everyone.
And I needed to rectify it.
Yes.
And I know what Criddens is like. He'll keep the mistake in, and he won't get my rectification in.
I don't know what you mean. No, I know what you mean.
So it was Suggs.
No, this swimming pool.
Man United game. They're currently winning 6-2. That sounds like a rip roar of a game. Dave would be upset. He supports Man United.
Oh well. The swimming pool itself is 10 feet deep, contains about 415 tons of water. It's about 82 foot long, and the one thing to make it different from all the others, it's 115 feet above the ground and made of clear acrylic, so you can see right down to the floor when you're swimming.
That's so cool.
I can see lots of floaters being made in this pool.
You can plan on killing people.
Yes. So it's in Nine Elms, in the Embassy Gardens skyscrapers in Nine Elms in London. Nine Elms, there's a lot of markets and places there, and actually a really nice coach park. So if you're a coach driver, you can go and park there. But yeah, Nine Elms.
Is that close to Harrods? Am I thinking that area?
No, it's south of the river.
South of the river.
South of the river. Only just south of the river, just up from Vauxhall. But is he trying to make music again?
It's just Suggs. He's just popped into my front room.
Oh, it's him again.
It makes no sense because I'm in my kitchen.
It's him again.
There you go. He's just taking his time in Faversham, waiting for MJ to turn up to record a special birthday message for me. And MJ didn't turn up. I arranged it all, and
terrible.
I arranged it so I didn't get to meet my own musical hero. Not get MJ to meet him on my behalf.
That is a weird thing. Like, I think you do. Like, Adam, could you go and speak to him for me, record the message, and then report back?
It's like when you fancy someone at school. Can you go and ask them out for me?
It is very similar to that.
I didn't fancy anyone at school.
Did you not?
No. Apart from Christina Aguilera, but she didn't go to my school.
She would have been in your class.
You went to a boys' school.
Yeah.
And you're heterosexual, so...
Still, the 74-year-old cook, she... Anything to get some extra chips at dinner time.
I once saw her ankles. You seen the ankles on Deirdre?
Her name was Daphne.
Right, I think on that note, maybe we should get Dave in to do the quiz. What do you reckon?
Definitely.
I've got a funny feeling the quiz might last a bit longer than normal this week.
Yeah,
I've got that funny feeling
Dave
too.
O'Flynn is so funny that we could just keep him on.
We've got Dave and Dave, which could be quite good.
The two Daves.
Oh, before we go on,
Mhm.
before we introduce Dave O'Flynn, I do actually have a theme tune. Do you want to hear some of it before you get to hear it for real?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Yeah.
go on then.
£250 I spent on that. It's good, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. So, right, let's...
150 quid.
250 quid, eh?
I got the money because I got some money from you being framed. Because as Paul came back from home the other day, I just set up a little trap. So when he walked through the front door, his bollocks took a right pasting.
I heard Paul got the money from buying a big steel structure and then selling it for twice the price marketplace.
Did someone just fart then?
I think I might have.
Dave, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. It's Dave the Elephant. Hooray!
Woo!
And Geraldine's with me.
Right, I'm with you, Dave.
And Paul's with me, but he's going to be quiet this week. I got a proper jingle. Do you want to hear it?
Oh, proper one. Go on then.
Yeah, royalty free. Yeah, it's time for Dave the Elephant and Geraldine Giraffe's quiz, e.g., example given. Here's the Elephant and Giraffe! Yeah!
Woo!
So, there it is. There is the amazing theme tune that I spent £250 on getting commissioned this week. Let's hope we get a sponsorship soon. This show's cost me a fortune. Right, over to the guests. So we've got we've got a special celebrity guest, and he's got the same name as me, but he's not an elephant. He's a human being. So, hello to our mystery guest. Introduce yourself, please.
Hello, I'm Dave O'Flynn. I'm not an elephant, but I am called Dave. Nice
Thanks
to
very
see you all.
And could you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Okay, yes. Well, I'm a human, which we've established. A human who just wants to ask a very quick question before I do it. Did you genuinely spend £250 on that jingle, Paul?
No, I did. Dave did.
Yeah, Dave. Sorry, yes, Dave, DT Elephant. Did you spend £250? Well done.
No. Did he? He just played it off YouTube just now and riffed.
Thank you, Geraldine. I appreciate your input. But yeah, okay. Well, so yes, I'm on the show because Paul asked me to, and I feel quite honoured, frankly. It's my first podcast, so I'm rather excited. You're taking my podcast cherry.
And if you play it right, Pet, I'll take your first giraffe sex cherry at the end of the night. You've got a lovely nose. There's something about your nose that just makes
My
you
nose is
get the wet
huge.
signs out.
My nose is very long. It's probably the size of yours, DT Elephant.
The thing is, with a big nose, when you give me oral, you'll hit all the spots. And if you it, I'll just sit on your nose. Anyway,
I have
Dave,
absolutely no idea how to respond to that. I don't know how you're supposed to respond to a talking elephant referencing oral sex.
Can I just point out also, Dave, that when we originally did this, it was to sell to CBBC, so it's great that we're still keeping within the guidelines of that as well.
Yes, yeah, and it's not that Paul has changed the remit at all, is it?
Exactly.
It's Geraldine who's really naughty. Paul just interjected then, trying to remind her. I suppose we best meet our other two contestants. So, AMJ, introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm AMJ. I'm a butcher from Herne Bay, and I love butchering. It's one of the great skills that I have.
Now with the host who hasn't got any glasses on, the producer of the show. Introduce yourself.
I've got my glasses on.
That's what I said. The host with glasses on.
Oh, but it's without. So yeah, I'm Mark. I've got glasses. I'm the producer, and I'm trying out my new mic this evening. Ooh.
Yes, which you sort of advertised, if you like, or referenced on Facebook, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm trying to get some money off. It's not happening yet.
That old chestnut.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
you know, Paul got some money off his microphone for saying thank you on his radio show.
Oh, really?
You shouldn't really talk money on these shows, but how much?
Somewhere in the region of 19.9% and 20.1%.
That's quite. I wonder what it possibly could be.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just giving out some round numbers. Well, they're not round, are they? Because they've got decimal points in. That's besides the facts. Right, first question this week is going to go to AMJ. Then we're going to go DJ Critters. And then we'll end up with Dave O'Flynn. We'll do that twice over, okay? So, going over to you, AMJ.
Yes.
In the 19th century in Florence, not a lady, is the town/city in Italy. It was illegal for women to wear what?
I am going to go with, I think it's something really obscure. I'm going to go with clogs.
Clogs. Mm. I
Clogs.
don't know the answer. Geraldine does, though. I'm just an elephant. DJ Critters. It's legal for women to wear what in 19th century Florence?
I'm going to go with trousers.
Trousers.
Oh, I wonder why.
Because he's a chauvinistic. Dave,
19th century, that's what I'm going with here.
To be fair, the question wasn't what do you think should have been illegal for women to wear. It's what you think was.
I'm just trying
a different show.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be edgy for the kids. Yeah.
For the kids, because they love chauvinism. I mean, that's all they're after. Mum, can you turn over CBBC? I'm trying to get some chauvinism on the telly.
Exactly.
Have you ever seen Peppa Pig? Right. It was illegal for women to wear in the 19th century. DOV.
Well, frustratingly, I was going to say trousers as well. So I'm now trying to think of something humorous. So I will say a mask.
I tell you what, Dave, that would have been a really good answer considering everyone's wearing masks at the moment. But I'm afraid you're all stone cold wrong. The answer is buttons.
What?
Oh.
Oh, no wonder why in the Renaissance they had their tits falling out whilst being painted.
Well, does anyone else want to point out the fact that the Renaissance wasn't the 18th or 19th century, whatever he says? But we won't do that because that would be rather unfair. But can I ask, what was the rationale? Why would women not be allowed to wear buttons? What's the issue with button-wearing women?
Dave O'Flynn, I'll be honest, I ain't got a clue. I do no more research than that. And, you know,
these laws. It's ridiculous.
I only referenced the Renaissance because that started in Florence, and I thought, you know, that's a little bit of an education for the listeners. I know it went the 19th century, mate. And for that, I lost the point. I was about to give you 5 points, but you're on -1 now.
Oh, well, I've lost 6 then. Okay, yeah, I do apologise. I shouldn't have picked you up on that. That was silly, wasn't it? Silly. I feel rather ashamed of myself, Paul.
I tell you what, Dave, you've shown great humility there. You're up to 5 points. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. That makes me feel all warm inside.
Not as warm as your nose is going to feel warm inside me.
Right, carrying on. Second question. We can't get sidetracked because DJ Critters tells us off. DJ Critters, you're a man of first aid, aren't you?
Yeah, go on.
This question is in your favour, really. Where on the human body would you find the zygomatic bone?
I'm not a doctor.
It's all the same, isn't it?
I'm going to say in your ear.
In your ear? Just mine or everybody's?
Possibly an elephant's ear, I'm not sure. Definitely, I'm going to go with a human's ear anyway.
Okay. The question did say human body, so I was just being a silly little elephant.
Silly elephant.
Two, don't forget. Dave O'Flynn, where on the human body is the zygomatic bone found?
In the hips.
Oh, Shakira will accept that because she says the hips don't lie.
She also says something weird like my breasts are small like mountains or something, doesn't she?
She says, thank goodness my breasts are small and humble, so you don't confuse them with mountains.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yes. But what bizarre lyric?
It is completely bizarre. That's why I like it. And she's a she-wolf. Ooh. Not that I'm a big fan of Shakira. AMJ.
Can I cut that out at a later date and have that woo-woo as like a message tone to like just see me through the week? Woo-woo! What type of wolf was that?
Well, she's a she-wolf. She goes, she does it much sexier than I do it, but she goes, woo.
Of course, Shakira is very much like New York. So good, they named her twice. Shakira.
I'll be honest, it made me think of Chris Akabusi and John Fashion. You're going, wooga. But anyway.
All the references tonight, Shakira, Chris Akabusi, we're really getting the youth listening to this, aren't we? Why not just get Fred Dinage in as well?
Fred Dinage, he's still going. Fred Dinage was an old newsreader when I was about 8. That's over 30 years ago. He's still reading the news.
He's not aged, though. He's always looked old, hasn't he, Dinage?
Yes, yeah.
I think we're digressing here.
Or digressing, as I like to call it.
And for once, it's not Geraldine's fault.
No.
AMJ, where on the human body is the zygomatic bone found?
I'm going to go. Call me crazy.
You're crazy.
I'm going to go with... Thank you. I'm going to go with the big toe. It sounds very big toe-y. I don't know why. I just like the bone that's in the big toe. I think it's a great bone. I don't know what it is, but I just think that would be the greatest name for it.
It's a great bone, and that's what she said.
That's what she has ever said that to me, mate.
We have got 3 different answers, and I'm afraid you're all wrong. But Dave O'Flynn's got such a cheeky smile, he's got himself 2 bonus points. Dave, don't bother counting up the points because it won't be the same at the fucking end. AJ, I loved your answer, so I'm giving you 62 points. That's really good. However, I've just realised your beard's a bit unkempt, and so I've just minused 61 points. Just there underneath your ear, there's 2 strands sticking out. Me right
How can you see that?
Because I've got...
It's the cleanest it's been in months.
The thing is, AMJ.
A hairdresser. I've actually had it trimmed.
The thing is, AMJ, with a giraffe, we've got good eyes for beards. And to be honest, it's more of a dig at the fact that it's the neatest it's been in a very long time. I just wanted to be a tease.
Oh, you.
But it's also beards. Is a clue to the answer. It's the facial cheek.
Oh.
Do I get any bonus points?
No. It's been a while since you finished in last place, critters, so...
Oh, no, I'm going to go cry in the corner if it happens.
Not that I keep a record of who comes first, second and third. Let's just be honest, if you're a guest, there's a high chance you're coming first, because I don't want to offend anyone.
I think surely people you know well enough to invite on this would not be offended by finishing last in a 3-man quiz.
You never know. People got fragile egos. Right. So, bit of music now. You ready for some music?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
So, that is the theme tune from Inspector Gadget, Dave. So, your question is this. In Swedish, what is entrance and driveway, respectively?
I
do with Inspector Gadget.
I hope there's some vague. So in Swedish, what is entrance and driveway? So is it the same word, or it's 2 different words?
2 different words, but I'll give you all a clue. They've got the same suffix.
Okay. Sorry, it was entrance and driveway. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
In Swedish, so I would say in Swedish, entrance is entrance, and driveway is driveways.
Thank you very much, Dave O'Flynn, for your very good answer. We're going to go to AMJ next. Why not?
Yeah, well, I am going to go. Yes, please.
I normally give the question again. Well, you don't want to upset our listener.
No.
In Swedish, what is entrance and driveway, respectively?
I think entrance is con and driveway is verse, and that's what the trainers were named after.
Yep, because con and verse have the same suffixes. You thick piece of shit. DJ Critters. In Swedish, what is entrance and driveway, respectively?
Oh dear. I'm going to go with in-way and driveway. I'm just going to go with that. Just going to go with that.
That's a good answer.
That's a good answer.
That's annoyingly good, actually.
Geraldine.
I tell you what, DJ Critters, I'm going to give you 6 bonus points because you got a prefix right.
Which one?
Dave Flynn gets some points just for what lovely hair. And AMJ, I love your dinosaur. So you're getting 24 bonus points. How about that?
Oh, happy day.
Can I say Jurassic Park? Excellent. Just spend the entire hour doing partridge quotes. That is the best Valentine's Day I had for 7 years. What did you do 7 years ago? Just had a better one. Honestly, when you said Sweden, this is absolutely true. I will swear to this as though under oath in court. Earlier on, I referenced not the 9 o'clock news sketch with the Swedish man buying the deodorant. I assume, do you all know that? You probably do. Yeah. So for the listeners, I'm sure we can say this if I credit that it's not our joke. It's not the 9 o'clock news. But
we take it with Jack Whitehall, mate. No, Jack Whitehouse. That's what Critters calls him, Jack Whitehouse.
To avoid being sued. But for the listener then, a man goes into a pharmacy in Sweden and he says, I want to buy some deodorant. And the man at the counter says, ball or aerosol? And the customer says, neither. I want it for my armpits. And I have to say, even though I first saw that when I was probably 8 or something, it had me howling with laughter. It stays with me to this day. Absolutely, it's the most simple joke in the world, but it's brilliant, isn't it?
I like that joke. It's a fair funny. Now, are you ready for the answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, DJ Critters is doing some weird shit on his video.
Very clever. Again, this isn't for radio because people won't see it, but he's just used some very flashy emoji tool, which is very clever.
I'm in shock. There you go.
Oh, sod off. I'm useless. I won't be able to do that.
I'm with. I can't find anything to. Oh, there's a lover.
Oh,
Don't want to give the lover. Oh, there's another one.
Oh, I tell you what, AJ, you've just got yourself 3 bonus points for giving me love hearts.
well done.
Way.
All right, you're going the right way to lose them now.
Oh.
So, the answers are infart and upfart.
Really?
Oh.
That is true story. Now, AMJ, we're coming to you next for the next question.
Lovely.
Thank you very much, Geraldine, for setting me up for the next question. Now, AMJ, you've got a show coming up, haven't you, in Brighton?
Yes, I do. I have a Brighton Fringe show.
Yeah. Well, what's it called?
It's called Entertainer, about stories of working on a holiday park in the UK.
You're not just reading the life and times of Scott Joplin.
No, I wish I could have. That sounds much better.
I appreciate that joke, Dave.
Thank you.
I just find it hard to laugh. So, AMJ.
Yes, Dave.
That brings us lovely into our next question. Where were the fortune cookies invented?
I reckon it's one of these things where it's not the place that you think the fortune cookies were invented. So I'm going to go with Birmingham.
The UK or USA?
The UK. I reckon they were invented in the UK. but I'm instantly regretting that as it left my mouth.
Okay. Well, we're over to DJ Critters next.
Ooh.
Where were those fortune cookies invented?
Now, I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in the USA, so I'm going to hazard a guess at San Francisco.
Oh, did you leave your heart there?
I did. That's why I'm half dead.
That's very specific, Critters. I suspect if you'd have said America, you that might have been all right.
No, it wouldn't be. If you
Oh,
said
okay.
Dave, it would be.
Well, AMJ gave a
said Birmingham.
town.
Yeah, okay.
So Dave O'Flynn, where were the fortune cookies invented?
I agree with the two lads. It's not going to be somewhere on the Orient, and I'll be honest, I was going to say America. You know, a load of immigrants in the late 19th century probably set them up as a bit of a token and a gimmick to get people out to eat food. So I won't say anywhere in America. I won't steal Critter's thunder. So I'll just reverse the whole thing and I'll say Beijing, just in case it's a double bluff.
Okay, well, I've got to let you know that DJ Critters, he gets himself 51 points.
Oh, really? Was it actually San Francisco?
It was San Francisco.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I have to say, it's very impressive.
See, now if you watch Iron Man 3, the terrorist in there talks about fortune cookies being invented in America, and I think he does mention San Francisco.
Was this the time of the gangsters and everything? Was it people wandering around with sort of violin cases and having fights over fortune cookies and things?
Probably.
Hey, Johnny Tightlips, where's your mother? Who says I got a mother?
The fortune cookie.
Hey, I know my ABC, see?
Yeah, it's from The Simpsons, isn't it? The old the old Don when Homer says to him, "Well, you could retire to New York and sell little statuettes of the Leaning Tower of Pisa," and he says, "I'm an old Italian stereotype." But yes, I am.
Oh, I know.
Oh, this is exciting, isn't it?
Right, Dave.
Yeah, this is very
You
exciting.
got under that table.
Geraldine.
Oh.
Oh,
We met Nunu.
Don't be rude. Now, we've already had our fifth question, haven't we?
have we?
I've lost count.
Good, because we might have a bonus one. Oh no, because we went to AMJ first, then didn't we? So it's DJ Critters. It's good. I'm still on track. I ain't messed it up. Right, DJ Critters. We've got a bit of music again.
Ooh,
Ooh.
getting good at this, Dave.
Before we have to pay them royalties.
Oh.
That was Madness, driving in my car. Never been played on Start with Paul, which you can hear 7 p.m. on Wednesdays and 5 p.m. on a Saturday. Anyway, DJ Critters.
What was that?
You often heard that with Otis the Aardvark or Ed the Duck, didn't you? Go over to Toby Amstead.
Yeah. Next up, the weather with Bob Fleming.
Stop making Dave laugh. You know he can't talk when he laughs.
It's like a young spit the dog.
You didn't want to the dog?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I decided against that joke, Critters. I was toying with whether to make one or not.
Oh dear.
he just had a peanut stuck up his trunk. Anyway, DJ Critters.
Who's Peanut? Peanut.
Yeah.
Yeah, DJ Critters, I'm going to hand you back to Dave. Don't make him laugh.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Geraldine, for taking over. So that was Madness, driving in my car. But this question is, what is banned in public places in Florida after 6 p.m. on a Thursday?
I'm going to go with Cars following that music.
Okay. Because Inspector Gadget one really followed on.
It really did, didn't it?
Dave O'Flynn was banned until 6 p.m. on a Thursday.
Sorry, a band until 6 p.m. or band after 6 p.m.?
Oh, sorry, after 6 p.m. in
You
public.
don't have this on Mastermind, do you?
No, you get a question that lasts 45 seconds, and you've only got a minute to answer the question.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I think that's unfair, actually. And you're not allowed to interrupt on Mastermind, I have to say. I think they should try and balance them out a bit more.
Because Rob Deering could have got the 4:11.
Good. Okay. Well, we've at least we've clarified that in the podcast, if nothing else. I was going to say something along the side of cars. So I was going to follow Critters and say sounding your car horn. But then when you said the sarky comment of of course Inspector Gadget had something to do with it, I'm going to say something outlandish for Florida. I'm going to say taking your alligator for a walk.
In my car.
Okay. AMJ, over to you. It's the sort of thing that the Americans would do, Dave O'Flynn.
So I don't know. I was kind of.
AMJ, let me read the question. Doing it again. What is banned in public places in Florida after 6 p.m. on a Thursday?
Is it something because he's always thrown me these questions. I'm going to go with an obscure answer because I think I read something about it. Is it Cyber Pets or Pokemon Go? Cyber Pets and Pokemon Go are banned until after 6 p.m. because people using them in the street causes accidents.
Oh,
That's actually a sensible one for you. That's sensible.
See, the thing is that's a very sensible answer. Although fundamentally, any answer we give is nonsense because why would it be banned on a Thursday but okay on a Wednesday and a Friday? Such a bizarre law.
Because they're American.
Because they're American.
Yeah.
Good answer.
That's the answer to the question. Is
There goes
Well,
our American listener.
That's the international market, Dave.
No, okay. Now, I tell you what, I really liked your answer, MJ. That was really smart. So I'm going to give you 42 bonus points. DJ Critters, you fell into the trap. This was QI. The klaxon would have gone off and we'd have all totted at you. But I tell you, this ain't QI. You've got yourself 112 points. And Dave O'Flynn, your eyebrows are just giving me fanny flutters.
oh God!
So you got yourself 200 points.
Well, what an embarrassing moment in my life that I've done well on a radio quiz because of how I look.
Yeah, what's the eyebrows?
What was the answer?
What's that?
That's the answer. You can't do that after 6 p.m. on a Thursday in Florida in public place. Well, that one sounded like he pushed his hemorrhoids out.
But I stand by our query. Why on Wednesday is farting at that time okay, and so it is on Friday, but specifically Thursday it's just deemed unacceptable?
I'll refer you to my previous answer. I ain't got a clue.
Yeah.
I don't research this. I don't even know if these are real answers.
No, I wasn't really expecting you to know, Paul. It was more a rhetorical. What's the point of a rhetorical question? But thank you.
However, Paul knows the answer, but he's not here. He's gone to the toilet.
Well, not in America at this time of night. You can't.
Definitely not.
Final question, Dave.
Yeah, final question going to Dave O'Flynn. So, this song, here is a song. It's not the song I wanted. It's good, isn't it?
Try again.
Yeah, I'll try again. Oh, I feel like I'm Trevor Feelgood now. Oh, come on, work, you piece of shit.
Trev, what are you doing here?
Oh,
Not again.
I can't believe it. Oh, it's gone wrong. I promise it's part of the act. 1 star. Oh! Oh, that'll be another audio recording coming our way.
Gummy, 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 gummy bear.
So that's a really annoying song that gets put on repeat because the 2-year-old who lives in this house really likes it. And it's called I Am a Gummy Bear by Gummy Bear. So, your question is, Dave O'Flynn, what do you call a group of unicorns?
Colin.
Good
Oh,
answer.
look, there's a colony of unicorns.
AMJ, Dave's got me laughing. It's just so surreal. It was like having Paul Merton on the show.
It is.
Is it Dolphin in the bathtub? AMJ, what do you call a group of unicorns?
Many unicorns.
That is right.
He's right.
It's difficult to argue with.
Yeah, any answer's right because they don't exist.
Yeah. Well, also, more than what a plural of unicorns. He's
exactly.
right.
I'll take the points.
Yeah. Next. Just go bananas. Right, that's it.
DJ Critters.
Oh dear.
What do you call a group of unicorns?
Well, of course they exist. They are the national animal of Scotland, and a group of unicorns. A group of unicorns is called a blessing.
That's lovely.
That's really nice.
I said something nonsense. AMJ gave an actual, technically correct answer, and you've come up with that's lovely.
Yeah. So I'm good at this. Or am I? What's the answer?
I have to say, the voice of DT Elephant sounds like John Richardson when he does an impression of himself.
I'll take that.
Oh, sorry, Geraldine. No, I got the wrong one. The impression of the Geraldine the giraffe sounds like when John Richardson takes the mick out of his own voice.
But DJ Critters and AMJ say I sound like Sarah Millican.
Yeah.
That's why one of our shows was called Sarah Millican, because I featured heavily in it.
Sarah Millican, yeah, it's just a cliche. She sounds like someone doing an impression of a Geordie.
That's Millican.
Yeah, she's actually from Cornwall.
Yeah, but a generic sort of Geordie. Hello, pet. I'm on the stage, and I've got something funny to tell you, and then I'll read out a little bit more like that, you know.
I think there goes Oski and Sarah Millican as a guest now. She was confirmed for next week, but there we go.
Right. What have you said that's offensive to Sarah Millican?
No, you
She'd
just
love
did.
that.
So what's offensive about saying you sound like someone from where you're from?
Look, if Paul upset people by reading out a shopping list with a bit of clever wordplay, then him.
Can I just point out
you
he
put that
said
bit out,
clever
please?
He said clever wordplay in the third person.
Yeah,
That's what I like. That's a true comedian there, isn't it? Great I am. I'm an undiscovered genius.
Might I just say, I've come back in the room to just... I respected all of those complaints, and I am still so humbly sorry if any offence was caused. It wasn't meant to be, and as Geraldine put it so harshly, it was just meant to be a little bit of wordplay. So if anyone's upset by that event 6 years ago, I can only humbly apologise.
Anyway, can I do a wordplay joke? Whenever somebody I know dies, afterwards I always refer to them in the conditional tense. It's what they would have wanted.
You could use that about any of AMJ's gigs, because, you know, he just dies on stage.
Dreadful. Not the gig, the joke.
So, final scores then, Geraldine.
I didn't actually give you
scores. Read them out. Not you.
The answer for a group of unicorns was the fantastic Critters. You got it right. It was a blessing.
Really? It's an actual thing.
Yeah, it's an actual thing, yeah.
Incredible.
A&J, your answer was technically correct, and I'll be honest, my ears twitched when you said it with excitement, so you'll get some bonus points. And Dave O'Flynn, you were just so absurd that you got yourself a load of bonus points. Now, are you wanting to hear the winners, losers, and runners-up?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Because we know how this is going to go.
I'm afraid that there is AMJ. I'm afraid you're a loser. So are you, DJ Critters, and so are you, Dave O'Flynn. But the good news is you're all winners because you're all tied on points this week.
Hey! Wonderful.
That's amazing. This very rarely happens.
And I've got this. It's never happened. Never mind, really. And Dave O'Flynn, I've got to apologise for Paul's sloppiness of not removing the red M&Ms in your bowl.
Yeah. Well, It's about time you apologise. Quite honestly, it's appropriate. I'm sure there are people who actually behave. Well, there are, and there's the Mariah Carey story that she insisted on only a certain colour of M&Ms or something.
Oh, and I read that there was one actor who put in at the bottom. The only reason he put in a slight bit of detail was to make sure that they actually read what his demands and if they couldn't treat him right, they wouldn't treat his stage crew or his technical crew right. So he was like, if you can't treat me right, I don't want to play at the venue.
It's so they don't break contract, isn't it? So if you don't have the M&Ms, you can pull the show if there is something wrong. It's clever.
Is that what it is? Genuinely, so
Yeah.
you put something outlandish in, so it gives you an excuse to pull out in the event that you want to.
Exactly.
I love it when people.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, every day's a school day. That's wonderful.
Well, this is it. Yeah. So anytime you like Paul puts on something, this is the way forward.
I didn't know that. And then, of course, presumably, let's say in that example, the M&Ms are unacceptable, but the person's happy generally. They just let it go, just carry on.
Yeah. There's some really odd ones.
Yeah, just to give them an excuse in the event that they want to have a hissy fit. I never knew that. Well, there you go.
And you get full payment.
Yeah, because someone else has broken the contract.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank all our guests, AMJ and DJ Critters, but the biggest thanks goes to Dave O. Flynn.
Woo!
Great to see you, man.
Having me on. Yeah, and you. Thank you for having me on. It's been a lovely hour.
And now
I should say that because it's probably edited down to about 15 minutes, isn't it? So
It's
sorry.
supposed to go on for about 20 minutes, but sometimes.
Thank you.
The giraffe was hardly at fault this time.
It's just having fun. It's
Makes a
nice when you can see everyone's face and everything. It's great.
And everything. Where's my camera pointing?
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't
Right,
like it. Look, you
Leslie
can see my
Grantham.
McDonald's sign quite clearly now. Look at that.
Yeah.
I haven't got a 4-head anymore. I've got a 5-head.
Have you got much planned for this week? Anyone got anything interesting planned for this coming week?
Well, it's bank holiday, isn't it? So hopefully not much. Although the weather's supposed to be disappointing in a typically British way. We just get to 3 days off and then, now we're going to rain. Oh, then great, thanks.
Yeah, it's always the way. You can never have a bank holiday that's nice and sunny. It's quite rare.
I blame Michael Fish, personally.
Yeah,
For
it's all his
everything.
fault.
Yeah, well, yes, not specifically. Yeah, exactly, yeah. For all things that are unacceptable. It's bloody Fish. Him again.
Bloody translator. That fish is behind this.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Exactly, yeah. Excuse me, waiter, this soup is abominable. Now, where's that fish? Yeah.
Is he still with us, Michael Fish?
He's never been on the show.
I didn't mean with us as in like was part of the team.
You mean, has he
He
gone
worked in accounts?
to a meteorologist office in the sky?
Yeah.
He would be great for our accounts because we've had £3 donated throughout this whole run. That's all we've raised. And Dave spent £250 on their theme tune.
Well, Michael Fish is still alive. He's 77. He stopped being a television presenter in 2004 after 30 years.
He's how old?
77 now.
Isn't it? He's so...
You've got that wrong, Critters.
What?
When it's... I'll get Geraldine to read this out.
It says his years active were 1962 to 2016. He's just not had sex in 5 years.
I'd be amazed if he's still doing that now.
It'd be like a puff of talcum powder coming out the end.
I hope he has to give a forecast to his missus beforehand.
There's going to be a downpour.
You've got a high chance of
Exactly,
disappointment.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah. High pressure coming in from this end.
But talking about Fish as well, he made one mistake about a storm and never lived it down. Like, you can have a full career in politics now and do whatever you want. And that man slipped up once.
You know what the best thing was? The storm that he said wasn't going to happen was a storm in America that didn't happen, and he just got grossly misquoted.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
October 87, incidentally, was the storm.
Yeah, the year I was born.
I
that true?
was.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's only a young'un. I was actually on a cross-channel ferry. I was on a cross-channel ferry with my parents, stuck out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, for about a week and a half, probably, in those days, trying to get you back.
What, in the storm? I don't know why I hit puberty then. that sounds terrifying.
Yeah, exactly. That's horrendous.
It's like something from Titanic.
Yeah, but I was only little, so I didn't really care.
That was great fun, isn't it?
It was a case of running from one side of the ship to the other, going, woo, woo.
You weren't funny, you was getting thrown.
Yeah. Holding on for dear life. That sounds atrocious. I was in my bedroom at home, a bit scared.
How old were you, Dave?
8.
8, okay.
Teen.
No, I'm old, but I'm not that old.
Was it a booze cruise you were on, Chris?
Probably.
I've just got visions of being stuck in like the channel for a week and coming back with a few Toblerones and a crate of Baroli.
You was doing a duty-free run.
Yeah, smelling lovely. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 kilos of baccy as well under my arms.
He needs it. It's medical reasons.
Medicinal.
Right, on that.
Anyway, right.
On that note, we'll all say good night. And yes, thanks for joining us again, once again, Mr. Dave O'Flynn. Have you got any shows coming up, anything planned you want to promote while you're here?
No, I haven't. In short, sorry.
sorry
I mean, obviously, I'm a very lazy comedian, and many other adjectives as well. And also, COVID, of course, is
Brilliant, fantastic.
No, dickhead. I was thinking along the lines of. I haven't done any in COVID, and yeah, I'll do this for a bit of a laugh. So I'm an ideal guest because I've got nothing to plug.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave, you don't have to just plug. You could plug your wife's business if you like.
Well, okay. If anyone needs any admin support or a virtual PA, check out Oak House Business Services, because that's an actual business that does do what I've just said. Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
So there you go. I've plugged something. Yeah, I know. I nearly phrased it like that as well. Yeah.
You plugged your wife.
He has to say it. We'd all got there.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Dave. He has to tell the joke even if everyone's there.
I'm watching right now, which looks like Matthew Corbett if he was still doing it a few years later and having a slight breakdown. So he's got a voice all of a sudden. And all of his friends.
Oh, what are you going on about? Who's Ronnie Corbett?
Musical Insights.